Happy Saturday, Lions fans. I've got some interesting videos that I'm going to be pumping out today. And I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday because I had to leave early to head over to the Bye Bye Berry premiere, which was absolutely incredible. I will share some of my thoughts probably in a video, but I'm not going to give away the keys to the kingdom and kind of tell you what we watched and how it went down. I think it's best to save that for you Lions fans to watch on your own as it's released on Amazon Prime. But today's video is about Isaiah Buggs. And I wanted to do this yesterday because I watched Dan Campbell's press conference and it was kind of awkward. He was a little squirmy. And that's not the Dan Campbell that we know. He's usually pretty straight up to the point, doesn't pull any punches. Seems like he's always very, very, very transparent. And something about this Isaiah Buggs issue just kind of stinks to me. And I can't put my fingers on it. And you know what we like to do here at Rocked On Detroit Lions. Like, we are all about the fan. I'm a huge fan, obviously a loyal member. And I'm also very transparent from a media perspective to kind of give you both sides. And today is more the media perspective and the, investigative journalist side and trying to figure out what's going on here with Isaiah Buggs. But I'm going to tell you this. I have no clue. I don't know how to take this. But let's dive into it. Okay, so Dan Campbell was asked yesterday about Buggs and why he hasn't been around for the past couple of days leading up to the Friday's press conference. And he responded with, he's got a couple things going on. Okay. What are those things, Dan? What's going on? And then he was asked if he would be around at all today. And Campbell said, nope, won't be around today. Oh, all right. Well, not real transparent. What the heck's going on with Buggs? Like, is he injured? Is he sick? Family emergency? Come on, tell us what's going on here. And then he was asked if he had a role on this team for the rest of the season. And that's where Campbell started to get a little squirmy. And he said this, no, not today. He won't be in the building. He was kind of, I don't want to say chuckling or laughing a little bit, but it was kind of like he was, I don't know, can't you understand that Buggs isn't in the building? He's got things going on. He's not going to be here today. Can't believe you're asking me this question. But at the same time, that was a very pointed question, like, what's his role? And I'm going to tell you why this is significant as we move through the video and why it stinks to me. But it was a very awkward exchange, in my opinion. And you're just going to have to watch it yourself. But to replace Buggs this week, or for at least this week anyway, the Lions do have two reserve nose tackles under contract. Of course, we know about Broderick Martin and Quinton Bohanna, who I don't really know a ton about, but they're both currently on the practice squad. And I would assume that Broderick may get a shot, but we'll see. I haven't looked at anything yet today. But when asked about options for Buggs replacement, Dan did have this to say. He said, we've got Broderick, we've got Bohanna. Those guys, they've got to earn their reps. And we say early in the week, man, you've got to earn it and you'll get an opportunity. And if you prove that you're worthy of it, then we will put you in the game. This I highly respect about Dan Campbell and what Brad Holmes and everybody's doing, inside of Allen Park is how they're building a team the right way and how they're making the guys earn it. It doesn't matter about their contract. It doesn't matter about their draft slot. Just go in and earn it. Go in and play the best football you can play, and you're going to get an opportunity come game time. I absolutely respect the crap out of this. I think it's perfect, and I think it's a great way to handle, the hierarchy on the team, with who's who, right, and the what's. But if you remember, though, and this is kind of where things get a little stinky to me. If you remember in week 1, Buggs said that he was told that he wouldn't be playing in the Kansas City game. And it was like a big shocker to him. And this was kind of after Buggs raised a lot of eyebrows, right? I mean, there was some cryptic things going on with his social media. The fans obviously noted. There were some observations about what he was saying and doing. And people started to wonder, a little bit too, does he have a nagging injury from the last preseason game? And interestingly enough, Buggs was labeled with an illness. He was active and back at that Monday's practice as a full participant, though. And this is week 1. And when he was asked about this illness and injury, Buggs said that his injury in the preseason finale was minor and that he was just kind of shook up. But then he added this. He says, it's nothing to address, to be honest. It's nothing to address. Like I say, things change. Relationships change. That's the key word right there. Relationships change. There's nothing to address, honestly. But Buggs continued to say, I'm just saying, in life, period. It's nothing dealing with football. It's nothing, dealing with here. I'm just saying, so I don't want anybody to take that context and run with it. But at the same time, relationships do change for the second time. And that's all I'm going to say. It's nothing else to say about it or about that. And then a little bit later on, as reporters were asking him more questions, he said, so that's what we got. I'm going to be straightforward with it because they were straightforward with me about it, Buggs said. And as of right now, I will not be playing. I didn't know that. It was a surprise to me, actually. And that's what I say. You don't always know everything. And then he was asked some more, questions by reporters, and he said, yeah, playing an important role last year, leading this year, you think you're going to be that guy. You're thinking they're all in with you, and then, boom, with a snap of your finger, it's like that. Like I said, I've always been a team player. I've always been a role player. Whatever they have for me, that's what I'm going to do. I love this about Buggs, that, he is a straight up, humble servant to the Detroit Lions, right? But at the same time, you can kind of get the sense here that he feels he's being dicked around a little bit. And he's getting his chain yanked, and he's not happy about it. But what relationships changed? What happened? I mean, I know relationships run thin in the NFL, and they definitely run short. 1 minute, you're the, end all be all, you are the right guy for the job, and the next minute you're not. I mean, you're traded away, or you're benched, or you're shelved, or you're whatever. Cut. But that didn't happen with Buggs. He hasn't been cut. He hasn't been traded. There was, 4, 5, 6 scenarios that popped up since week 1 where we thought Buggs was going to be on the trading block. And primarily that was because he was a healthy scratch for 3 out of the 9 games. And so far through these 9 games, right, Buggs has played 6, healthy scratch for 3, 0 starts, with only 37% of the defensive snaps in the games that he's played. That is quite low for Buggs compared to his previous seasons. My question, and I think what all the fans are wondering and what they want to know is, why is he not playing? Especially when our pass rush is so anemic. And I get it. He's not, a pass rush specialist. He's a nose tackle. He's a big body DT. Big wide frame. But he helps to take up blocks. He helps to create double teams that frees up somebody to his left or his right. And I will say this, that when he was in the game, I can't remember what first game it was that he was in. But immediately you saw that there was an influx of pass rush, that the guys were performing better. Now, I haven't gone in to do a real deep dive of the stats while he's been in, but I do know that the first game that he was back, that he did have a much improved percentage, or the defense had a much improved percentage of getting home and creating plays. It just seemed like we were all over the field that day. But is there something else going on here? Is there something that we just don't know? Is Buggs' time done in Detroit? And this is where it gets weird, man. I really do think so. I think that he's just kind of limping through the season now. And he's kind of, the back burner, second, third guy on the roster when he should be in there. In my opinion, he should be in there. He's on a 1-year deal this season, so I'm willing to hedge my bets, with a 90% positive possibility that he won't be back. So what do you think? Do you think that Bugs, often labeled with an illness and becoming a healthy scratch, is done? Is his time done in Detroit after 2023? I think so. Look, I'm not opposed to getting pretty well this season, and he was ranked pretty high, throughout the game-changing plays. I think he's got a couple of sacks on the season, but just not the big plays. And I can swear with everything that I've seen with Bugs is when he's in the game, the guys seem to produce. I feel like there's a cohesion there with him and the guys that just works. And for whatever reason, it's not working this season. AG doesn't believe in him, I guess. So whose fault is it? Is it AG? Is it Dan Campbell? Is it Isaiah Bugs? Someone's got to be at fault here. And we need a pass rush in a big way. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. And, of course, I always appreciate you guys for watching the videos. We'll get a few out today. And do yourself a favor. If this is the first time you're watching Rock Down Detroit Lions, check the link below and subscribe and come on in. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers. We'd love for you to be 2,000. And once we hit 2,500 this season, we're going to be giving away some unique items. We're not going to say what it is yet, but we did go to the Bye Bye Barry premiere last night, so we might have some unique opportunities for you guys. All right, look, that's all Rock Down Detroit Lions has for today. I'm Will Rock, and as always, go One Pride, go Detroit Lions. And until next time, which will be very soon here, have a good day. Take care.
Wants to throw it to Sewell. He caught it. He's going on first down. Oh, yes. The big man dives down the 31-yard line. Oh, that is beautiful. Fields looking pressured, hit from behind, taken down. Aiden Hutchinson got him.
No respect.
So, we look like we're ready. This is day one.
No respect.